Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's your boy Beaky, and let's talk about the thing I want most from the next generation of consoles. The PlayStation, Xbox, and the Switch, or whatever Nintendo's going to call the Switch Pro, or maybe if they come out something in between Sony and Microsoft's whole race for the most powerful 13, 15, 20 teraflop crazy powerful systems out there. It probably won't get to 20 teraflops, but it's going to get up there nonetheless. And it's not teraflops. It's not amount of USB ports it has. It's not how, loud the fans are in the system. It's not how fast the downloads are. It's something quite simple that we don't get on console gaming, and it's something that could actually pull me away from PC gaming many times. It is cheats, mods, and user modifications. I think this is one of the biggest things that consoles have been missing out on the longest time. There are certain developers out there that will be able to do map editors for their games. If you guys have played Wargroove on the Switch, it has a really great map editor and allows you to play cross-play and, play with those maps and stuff. That's great. But that's on an individual game-by-game basis that might have map editors or have cheat codes, like a Grand Theft Auto might have cheat codes, or an individual game like supposedly like Skyrim Special Editions that allow you to have mods in your game. Some of them don't really work right now because Bethesda's having some problems with their mods on consoles, but there are specific games right now that do support these features, and I don't want to say that they are not there. Now hear me out. Give you a great example of this. No Man's Skies. I've talked about it recently in a few different videos. I own No Man's Skies on the PC, and I owned it on the console on the PlayStation 4. The first time I played through No Man's Skies, it was most of the time was on the consoles. Then I stopped playing it when my friends all moved away because they got too hyped up about the promises of multiplayer and all the other extra stuff that mostly been added into the game. The land vehicles that have been added to the game after the fact. They were hoping all that stuff would be there more day one. They moved away, so I went over and played my PC copy. When I was playing my PC copy before some of the updates, I was like, something I really want this game to have? I just want to be able to jetpack up into the atmosphere as much as I possibly can. Just fly all the way up there. So I got myself a modification for the game to do that. It's a single player game, and I have unlimited jetpack at the time to fly up into the atmosphere just in my jetpack. It was fun as hell. Now, after the recent updates to No Man's Skies, I came back to it on consoles. It was a hard decision to come back on console. It really was hard. But that was where my friends were with the multiplayer version of the game. Had fun, played together, had a blast, put another, a lot of hours into it, and had a blast. But I definitely missed those modifications like flight and all the things that I had available to me on that version of the game. Was I still able to play the game? Sure, but I definitely was a missing feature. Now, once again, that was a co-op experience, and maybe you can't attack people, but let's say it had an offline mode. What if on a PS5, well, you can have modifications, you can have cheat codes, you can have mods that change the way like the planets might look, or if it's the shape of the planet, make square planets instead of circle planets, even though that wouldn't make sense. How gravity works, having square planets shouldn't make sense in theory. If you guys want to look that up and why planets are usually round, there's actually kind of a reason for that. Or not round or roundish or ovalish, whatever. That type of shape. And I just would love to be able to download mods for Witcher. Like, I love the Witcher mods I had. One of my favorite Witcher mods I had was just that Garrow run. I had a way to toggle and the Garrow run fast as hell. So I didn't need a horse. Why didn't I want a horse? Well, because it took a while for them to fix the way the horse moved in the game. So the horse was really cumbersome to control and move around, so I wanted a mod. So if I'm going to be playing Witcher on the consoles in the next generation, I would love to be able to toggle that. Now, some people will be like, well, if they did that, they would just make that a cheat and make it have to pay money for it. But I'm like, they don't do it on PC, most games don't have you pay for cheats. Most games, I won't say all. Most games don't have you pay for cheats or pay for mods. You know, I'm sure they have been tried to pay mods, and I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay. I am okay with play mods. Hate me if you want. If the person that made a mod wants to make a few bucks, fine. Don't overcharge your mod. Don't make your mods be freaking microtransactions like EA be $8 to $10 if it's not worth that for a stupid sword. Make them be micro. Make them be 50 cents to $1 to $5 for a small little, add on to the game. If you want to do that, if you want to support that, if that's the way it has to work on consoles in the next generations to have these things implemented, sure, I will be okay for that if those mods, make sure that they're checked out beforehand to be compatible with the game. That's how I would see it work. That was the way that Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo would actually allow this stuff. They would want people to make sure that the game is still stable. And I just want to be able to modify my game. I want to be able to do this crazy stuff that I was doing in Skyrim on Special Edition on the PS4 that I was able to do with mods. It was a lot of fun. And I just want that to be a system core thing with the PlayStation 4, Xbox One 2. What the hell are they going to call that? Microsoft, I mean. Like, what the heck are they going to call the next Xbox? Is it really going to be Xbox 2? I don't know. What's the next Nintendo system's going to be called? I think whatever Nintendo thinks of is going to be good enough. They're usually pretty good with it. Outside of the Wii U. Wii U was kind of crap. But GameCube, Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, Super Switch. Nah, I don't like Super Switch. Super Switch is not as cool. But either ways, being able to play with some crazy modifications to Mario, maybe just let games that can support it or want to be able to support it, change the color of the trees, change the map of of a game you have on Xbox for Halo. I know you can make your own maps in Halo with the Forge and all that stuff, but I just wanted it to be something access across the whole entire console base. And I think it could work because of the plain and simple fact that people still do buy microtransactions and DLCs on PC, even though mods are available. I don't think modders are a complete replacement for made DLC from the developers, and in fact, it would actually probably enhance in the type of DLC we see from developers because of the fact that they have to put out quality content because maybe somebody out there will be putting out stuff for free or something like that. You know what I'm trying to say? This is not a very in-depth conversation of how it's all going to work technically, but because we've seen it done before with Bethesda games, because I've seen cheat codes on games in the PlayStation 2, so definitely cheat codes could come back. There's no reason cheat codes could not come back other than developers wanting to sell you cheat codes in their games, sell you ways to get EXP points. But I'm not even talking about simple like that. I mean, big head mode, stupid little things. I just want all that fun stuff that I get on PC to be available on consoles, and it might actually encourage me to play more games on my consoles in the next generations. As great as my graphics cards might be on my computer, the truth of the matter is when I get a new game on a PC, it's just how I am most of the times. I spend probably 30 minutes wasting time going through the setting menu, making sure that HDR looks proper, making sure I'm running this in the most possible optimized way I want. When it's like a high budget game like let's say Metro Last Light or Shakiro Dies Twice, that game was completely freaking broken when you try to play with a controller, had to open up Steam Big Picture mode. So I waste time doing this stuff, and in a way it's not the biggest deal because on PC, when it comes to Steam and some other services, downloads are actually a lot faster than the PlayStation 4 or Switch. Xbox has been pretty decent in the past, so that 30 minutes I might be wasting in the menu settings, then it wasn't 30 minutes I was wasting just downloading the game anyways. I could have downloaded the 10 gig game in a few minutes, because Steam is so quick. So there are trade-offs, but usually once I start playing a console game, I just play. Go through the loading screen of Days Gone, which I've been playing. I should have made a video on Days Gone, but I'll do that later once I play more. Just got in there, turned HDR up to the settings I liked, and I started playing. That's it. If I got Mortal Kombat on consoles, I would be able to jump in and play right away. I wouldn't probably tinker with anything. And that convenience on consoles is great. And then if they're able to make a more convenient way of doing mods, it would be excellent. Like I just realized today that I have mods for a game installed on my computer still that I don't even play that game anymore. And I was like, oh shit, I need to find where all these mod files and these wasted files are and just delete them off my computer. Not like they're going to do anything like, you know, cause my computer to crash. It's just like, well, some of these mods were like, you know, audio files. Some of them were kind of big. So they could have been 500 megabytes, and a few 500 megabytes files could be a few gigs. I was like, I completely just forgot about it, because once you uninstall the game out of Steam or whatever program, it doesn't automatically uninstall the mods. Yes, there are mod managers out there, but I think the console has a possibility of making more mods and make cheat systems more streamlined for the players. Make it something core to the base of the way the system is made, and making it so that verifying that those mods are not gonna, they're probably not gonna be viruses uploaded to the PS4 or the PS5 or Xbox One 2. That's so funny to me. I know I'm laughing at my own stupid joke, but Xbox One 2, my God. Or the Switch Pro, or whatever the next Switch might be called. I mean, after the Pro, like the next 6 Pro 2, like whatever after this, because it's definitely not going to happen on the current Switch. But whatever that might be, I think they could really take some of that audience away from PC. If you could buy Darkest Dungeon on PS4 and then get easily accessible PS5 mods, sure. I will be with it. I love Darkest Dungeon on my Switch, is where I have it, and Darkest Dungeons 2 is coming out. I'm planning most likely to play it on my Switch because I put fucking 74 hours. Play Darkest Dungeon, guys. 74 hours. It's my most played Switch game. Well, maybe Smash Brothers is. No, I think Darkest Dungeon is my most played single, or maybe Zelda. God damn, actually, I did put some hours into some games. But I played that game a lot for indie title. And I would just love more mods and more modifications I could do to that game on the Switch, but I can't because there's no way to do mods on the Switch outside of homebrewing. And I think this is why people have done homebrewing and jailbroken in the past, because they don't get access to those little cool things that you could do on PC. And I think that's another step that if Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo were smart, if they could streamline the way gamers interact with homebrewing type content of mods and certain types of cheats, they could take a certain audience that would always go to PC and be like, well, these systems now could do a pretty decent 1080p 60. I'm saying 1080p 60 because the PS5 ain't gonna be doing 4K 60. It's not gonna be doing a true constant. Let's say about that. It won't do it constant 4K 60 because that stuff is hard to do. So anyways, guys, be here with Untitled Game Show. I know you guys weren't expecting this video, but that's what I want to see most from the next generation of consoles. It's just not more power. It's the customizability of the community features like mods. Till next time, like it if you like it, dislike it, dislike it. If you guys want to check out my TV, I know it's reflecting off the background, but I just, I wanted this cool little logo thing to be playing in the background the whole time. Or my gaming chair, mic, well, links are in the description. I'm part of Amazon. So check out one of the other videos over there somewhere as well. Peace the heck out.